You experience yourself as a single, isolated mind, a self sealed inside a body, moving through a universe that feels vast, external, and fundamentally separate from you. But what if that's an illusion? What if consciousness didn't arise inside you at all, but you arose inside consciousness? And what if every mind, yours, mine, every creature that ever lived, is just a fragment of a much larger unified awareness, the universe looking out through billions of separate eyes? This isn't fantasy. It's one of the oldest ideas in philosophy, resurfacing now at the cutting edge of physics, cosmology, and consciousness science. Let's unravel it. We take it for granted that consciousness is individual. You have your experiences, I have mine, and those experiences seem locked away behind private walls. But think about where this you comes from. You didn't design it, you didn't pick it. You woke up inside a stream of awareness that was already flowing. In fact, the closer we look, the clearer it becomes. The self you feel isn't something the brain creates, it's something it builds. And once that sinks in, individuality looks less like a sealed container and more like a window the universe is looking through. Like a whirlpool in a river, it's real enough to be seen, yet inseparable from the water that forms it. Now consider this. Your brain is made of billions of neurons, each one an individual unit with its own microscopic activity. None of them know you exist, and yet somehow this swarm generates a single field of consciousness, one unified experience, not billions of tiny minds, but one mind emerging from many interacting parts. What if the universe functions the same way? A macro mind arising from a vast network of interacting nodes. Stars, atoms, organisms, you, me. Not isolated sparks, but expressions of a deeper coherence. Many mystical traditions, from Advaita Vedanta to Sufi metaphysics to Neoplatonism, the individual self is described as a temporary face worn by a single universal awareness. But surprisingly, modern theories are circling the same territory. Panpsychism suggests that mind is a fundamental feature of reality, present at every level, from the tiniest event to the largest structures. And integrated information theory, or IIT, is a scientific framework that proposes consciousness arises when a system becomes one unified whole. Impossible to break into independent parts without destroying its inner experience. In other words, consciousness isn't what the universe produced as a late evolutionary accident. Consciousness may be what the universe is, viewed from within. If all minds are localizations of a universal field, then individuality changes meaning. Your mind isn't a piece broken off from a larger whole. It is the larger whole pinpointed at a particular angle, a local opening, a unique perspective, a lens through which the universal awareness looks out. Just as every neuron contributes to a single brain, every conscious being may be a point of view of the cosmos, a momentary focal point of a far greater mind. This means we are not a fragment. We are a location. Maybe our deepest mistake is assuming that consciousness is contained, trapped in skulls, sealed in organisms, bounded by birth and death. Because when you look closely, the boundaries begin to dissolve. It appears that the emptiness between you and the world was never empty, or that a separation between minds is never absolute, in which case, the universe is not a stage on which consciousness appears, it is the medium in which consciousness forms itself into countless perspectives. Plotinus said, "We are not separated from the one, but belong to it." Today, physics and neuroscience quietly echo the same structure, unity wearing the mask of multiplicity. This suggests that when your individual life ends, the fundamental awareness behind it does not vanish. It simply returns to where it came from, the same source that is watching through every mind that ever was. The real question isn't, what happens to me when I die? The real question is, what happens when the universe closes one eye and opens another? Because perhaps the truth is simple but staggering. You have never been isolated. You have never been separate. You have always been a part of the source of the universe, just looking back at itself from where you stand.